and still we need twice the money to finish it. But as soon as we heard about the plight of these tigers and the possibility that we could take them, this was actually quite a special situation. The Department of National Parks is the entity, the organization that takes care of these issues, and they usually are the ones that have to operate the rescue centers and take the animals in. But in this case, they said, well, budgets have been cut over 20% for the wild breeding centers of the government, and there were some other issues in the past with tiger rescues. If WFFT is willing to pay all the cost and the upkeep of these animals, then we're willing to hand it over to WFFT, which under Article 86 of the new law in Thailand was finally possible. And a few people at the DNB have helped absolutely fantastic to make this happen. Basically, Pep, my assistant over there in the back, has been driving with me to Phuket 7-8 times to get paperwork done, to talk to the right people, because you need also the owner of the zoo to agree with this. To Bangkok, talking to the big shots, and then every time they said yes, tomorrow, next week you can go, and then finally, last minute, it didn't happen. So yeah, you jump up and down. It was the first time ever. Some people didn't want to do it. Some people had didn't have the guts to sign off on it. But eventually, after 5-6 months, all the tigers were with us, and as you can see, they're pretty happy where they are now. Yeah. The chimp. I'm waiting for the chimp to come up in a minute. I'm just waiting. I'm just stretching the time a bit. Just shout chimp when you see him, and I'll tell you the story. Simon. Oh, wait a minute, chimp. So yeah, he is the canoe in the video you saw earlier in that cage, pretty pissed off. And this is where he is now. He lives on his own island. He has a very nice area where he can hang out. That's him right now. I wish I had a few more. We're trying to save some chimps from a military zoo in Lopburi, 3 of them. We're ready to take them. We have 2 islands for great apes. And yeah, these guys were on the other island at the moment. But yeah, when we need it, we can put it. He's on his own. That's still very sad. But he's got a much better life than he used to have. He's an extremely nice guy. I mean, I know that direct contact with a chimp is not wanted necessarily, but he loves it. And to be honest, he loves the attention he gets. And yeah, he's a very happy boy at the moment. Yeah, Simon.
Thanks. But on the back of that question, in Indonesia was a similar situation of zoos on their knees and wanting to offload animals, or that obviously the situation was they couldn't care for them anymore, and someone had to do something. The government was looking for solutions as well, couldn't take them in, and so rescue centres are also on their knees financially through this. We're then being approached to take in more wildlife evacuating from zoos and so forth. My question is, to what extent all of the paperwork chasing and all that kind of stuff, was there mechanisms in place to ensure that when these zoos got financially back on their feet again, or the owners of zoos, that they wouldn't want to take the animals back after you'd spent all the money looking after them, while they couldn't?
Under Thai law, when a zoo is closed down, the animals can be sold or exchanged with other entities with a zoo permit within 180 days, or up to 365 days in some cases. In this case, the zoo license was already revoked, and the owner signed off. He didn't have to, because the animals were already taken by the government. He has no right to take back the animals. The 18 leopards and 35 tigers that we're currently discussing rescue of are all taken by the government, state property, and we will take them in as much as we can when allowed, under one condition: that these animals are not going to be moved out to a commercial facility. Government, if that's a gentleman's agreement, there's no way we can get that signed up. But what is signed up, then it can never return back to the original owner. That's not possible. If that possibility would be there, as you have seen with some elephant rescue parks that have taken lots of elephants and now business is back, they take them back. No, we absolutely make sure that the animals will not be returned to the original owner. Otherwise, it's a no.
Okay, so it's time for coffee break, and people can talk to the presenters this morning and during the coffee break. Is it okay? No, okay?